Of course, I've said that before and I've been wrong, so.
We get chatty sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it is 6 p.m. And thank you all very much for taking the time to participate in this relatively last minute meeting. And before we officially get rolling, I'd just like to remind everyone that during this state of emergency, we are empowered to meet remotely by the executive order and the legislation that was passed. We will take any action by roll call, including adjournment. And so, David, do we have anyone who wishes to participate in Citizens Forum?
No one submitted anything via email, and no one is participating as an attendee right now, so no.
Okay, wonderful. So what you have before you is, as a direct result of all of these interesting times that we're living in. And so I think I'll hand it over to David to offer a brief explanation of why we're convening in off Monday.
So one of the last executive orders issued by the governor was regarding how school budgets are adopted. Both the five-town CSD and the Lincolnville Central School Committee has opted to seek voter approval for their budgets via referendum vote. Both are doing, Lincolnville Central School is doing a public, it's kind of hard to call a public hearing, but it's called a public hearing solely via written comment to either superintendent, principal, school committee, or some combination of those seven. And then you have before you their special town meeting warrant. They have 3 questions after election of a moderator. And the five-town CSD is doing a virtual public hearing on July the 2nd. And then they'll be voting on their questions 1 through 5, also via referendum ballot on the 14th. And the reason I asked for a special meeting is because absentee ballots are supposed to be out and available to the public. We've just received all our ballots, and we are putting together roughly 200 requests thus far for absentee ballots. And those should go out in the mail tomorrow, but I don't want to mail something out without having the warrants approved so that we don't get the cart before the horse. So I'll try to answer questions if anyone has any, but that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Any questions or comments for David? Okay, seeing nobody jumping up and down, I'll entertain a motion.
I move that the board approve the special town meeting warrant for July 14th, 2020.
I'll second.
Moved by Selectman Late, seconded by Selectman Barrows. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, Selectman Barrows, what's your vote?
Yes.
Selectman Late, what's your vote?
Yes.
Selectman Garrettson, what's your vote?
Yes.
And Selectman Dunn, my vote is yes. Thank you very much. And we have next a revised five-town CSD warrant and notice of election for July 14th, 2020. You'll recall that there was some standardized language in the previous version that we saw. And David, correct, there were some numbers that didn't quite match up, and it appeared that they do now in the version that we have.
Yeah, more of the Lincolnville Central School, but the five-town CSD originally had anticipated having a remote budget meeting, and then voting on the single question for their budget validation, and they have since moved to the public hearing and then this 5-question ballot. And in addition to that, what else was I going to say about this? They did go back, the 5-town CSD, and revisit their budget and made a request for slightly less than what they had requested prior.
Okay, any questions for David? Seeing nothing, I'll entertain a motion.
I move that the board rescind the May 6th version of the warrant and notice of election calling 5-town community school district budget referendum, and that the board now approve and countersign the June 10th version of the warrant and notice of election calling 5-town community school district budget referendum.
Second.
Moved by Selectman Garrettson, seconded by Selectman Late. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, Selectman Barrows, what's your vote?
Yes.
Selectman Late, what's your vote?
Yes.
Selectman Garrettson, what's your vote?
Yes.
And Selectman Dunn, my vote is yes. Motion passes. Thank you all very much. David, do you have anything else for us, or the board? Do you have any other business you wish to conduct?
The only other thing I need to say is I need to track a few of you down for some signatures. So if you want to reach out to me about what might be convenient for you, or I'll be reaching out to you about what might be convenient for me, we'll go from there.
All right. I'll entertain a final motion. This may be our fastest meeting ever.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
Moved by Selectman Barrows, seconded by Selectman Late. Any discussion? Seeing none. Selectman Barrows, what's your vote?
Yes.
Selectman Late, what's your vote?
Yes.
Selectman Garrettson, what's your vote?
Yes.
And Selectman Dunn, my vote is yes. Thank you all very much for taking time out of your evening.
Thank you. Have a good night,
Thank you.
everyone.